Hi Flosstube, I'm Rolanda.
And I'm Kylie.
And this is
Rose Crafty Corner. Welcome back to our regular viewers and subscribers. It's great to see you back again. And to our new subscribers, we did have another little influx. We hit 400, well, we're over 400 subscribers now, which we were aiming for 400 by the end of the month. So we have passed that. So welcome to all those of you who are new and haven't seen us before. If you'd like to let us know how you found us, we'd love to know. So drop us a comment and give us that information if you will. That'd be great.
And don't forget to go back and watch our previous Flosstube episodes as well, so you can catch up on all the fun.
We do try to have a lot of fun. We are primarily a cross-stitch channel, although every now and then we'll throw a different craft in just to keep you on your toes.
Just cross-stitch from me today.
Me too, yeah. All right. So the first thing we wanted to chat about today was the Great Australian Cross-Stitch Shindig.
Well done.
I have to say it slowly to get all the words out. It was an online cross-stitching retreat, basically, and it ran on Sunday and Monday, just gone, our time. And it was a lot of fun.
It was heaps of fun. I was a little nervous in the beginning.
I was too, because we didn't know what to expect. It was the first one. But we had so much fun. We did a couple of different presentations. The first one as our Flosstube channel meet and greet, and then later in the day we did a vendor chat.
Shop talk.
Shop talk, because Ro makes her lovely project bags and alt trays and things, and I have made some things as well. I've made some decorative pins and some froggers, which I have mentioned on the channel before. So the froggers are when you need to frog your stitches, like unpick them, and you don't want to use your good needle or and so you can easily find it if you drop it. So
because of the beads and charms that are on the end.
I'll show one. This is one of my ones. So it's got the beads and charms, so you can imagine if you it's an elephant. I made one for Ro for her birthday last year and made myself one as well. So if you do drop that, you are obviously going to find it on the floor, because
then you're not
stand out. You're
not searching for your needle.
Not searching for just a needle on the floor. Much easier to find, and something to hold on to with the beads there as well.
And they've been quite popular as well.
They have. I've actually sold a few, which is great. So we'll get them out to the people who ordered and have paid for those as well, and hope that they help. I hope you don't have to do frogging, but if you do, then you've got a little helper.
And if you don't, then you've just got a nice decorative piece beside you.
Yes, that's right. Just looks pretty. So the Shindig was a success.
It was.
And there were a few technical glitches, as there is with the first time of anything.
But overall,
it's all a learning curve, isn't it? Just teething issues. But it was great. I think everyone enjoyed themselves, and I hear rumours that there are plans to do it again next year, which would be great fun.
So save the date.
Well, when we're allowed to announce the date, we'll tell you, and then you can save the date.
Well, you could probably guess it's around the same
It's probably going to be around the same timing, so Australia Day weekend next year, because that way we have a long weekend here in Australia, and then the people who are in the Northern Hemisphere whose time is behind ours, they can still join in because it's still their weekend. Yeah.
And I did see a couple of overseas participants.
Yes.
So that was great.
Yes, it was nice.
And I spoke to a few people on there, and a lot of people learnt something. They walked away with learning something.
Well, there were some classes, but even just in the chats and the there were stitching rooms. You could go and just stitch and chat with people. And even just in those, you pick up tips as well. So
because we all get talking, and then one thing leads to another, and then obviously some people don't know all the ins and outs, so then they pick up.
Well, some people have been stitching longer than others. Some people have just started, or even people who've been stitching for a long time but haven't been in, had the opportunity to be involved in a cross-stitching community like that, haven't had the chance to talk to other stitchers. They might have learned something new. I'm always learning something new.
We're always
I've been stitching for a long time too.
Learning.
So Yeah.
And then included with our ticket, we got a little booklet for free. It was a little freebie booklet.
Some little smalls.
Designs in there. So the first one is called Kangaroo Avenue, and this is by Mojo Stitches. And it was really sweet when she was showing it. She does have another pattern that is along the same lines of this one that will be coming out shortly. But this one's a little sweet little kangaroo. And basically her idea for this one was someone had come across from America and was disappointed that there wasn't kangaroos jumping down the street in the middle of the city.
Yeah, it's not how it works.
So, yeah, she took that thought on board and created this little pattern.
Yeah. But what I love about this one as well is you could actually take the different elements and make even smaller smalls. You know, you could just do the house, or you could just do the kangaroo, or you could use that border for something else. Like you don't have to stitch it all as one piece if you didn't want to. It looks great as one piece, but you can also break it down because they are sort of separate elements in there. So it's great.
Yeah. Now the next one is called Shindig Koala, and that's from Paddock Lane Designs. And I saw this one being stitched up by Lisa. And I thought, I can't wait till that one comes out because that is definitely one that I will be stitching.
Yeah.
I just think he is adorable.
It is very cute, that one.
Very, very cute. Now, the one in the middle is called Blue Bottle, and it's by Yellow Sassafras. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
I think so.
So the lady's name is Sarah, and I actually learnt that Sarah is Jo from Mojo. They're sisters.
Yes.
And I didn't know that before the weekend.
No.
So
Sarah's very new to the design world. So she's slowly getting her name out
And I
there.
tell you what, they sound so similar. I looked away for a minute, and so I wasn't watching who was speaking.
And you couldn't tell which one it was.
Yeah. And I had to look back. I was like, oh, okay, rightio.
Yeah.
So that was great. I liked that. And then Sarah actually turned the blue bottle into a 3D ornament. So while they were having their chat,
she wanted to do, wasn't it?
Yeah, stitching it, and then she sewed a base on the bottom, and she'd stuffed it, and
so
then
you could use it
put
as
the tentacles on. So yeah, that was great.
Because she said she likes to design patterns that are a bit functional. So you know, if you make it into a pin cushion or you know something that is actually useful, that's her aim. So that was great too.
And then the next one we have is King Parrot Ornament, and that's by Adelaide Stitches.
She did a class with this one to show how she finishes it into an ornament.
And she got the inspiration from all the king parrots that come and visit her every day at her house.
Yeah. So that one was actually the female, and she has a pattern in there that's for the male one as well.
Yeah, because they are
colours
different
are
colours.
different, depending on whether they're male or female.
And then the last little one that was on the cover was by Frog Cottage Designs, and it's a mini alphabet sampler. So there's like something for everyone in there. There are more designs in the booklet, but those are just the 5 that are on the front. Now they're only available to the people who signed up for the Shindig.
Yes.
So going forward, when Lisa decides to do it again next year, fingers crossed, I'm sure there'll be another booklet, and I'm sure there'll be more little patterns in there that will be able to be done. And they're not huge, so that they're tiny and they're smalls, and you can get them done fairly quickly.
So, yes, does it tell us, for example, the mini alphabet sampler is 43 by 56 stitches. Yeah. So they're not huge. Just nice little quick ones that you could, probably whip up in a weekend.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So that was quite good too.
Yeah. And
get that as a little
I got
bonus.
some haul, but we'll leave that for haul.
Yes. So yes, there were other shops there, designers had other patterns and things. So you could definitely purchase other things too, which was great.
Yeah.
And as we said, we got some people purchasing some project bags and ort trays and the froggers. So yeah, it was a great little bonus for us too.
Yeah.
We're going to go shopping later for more supplies, okay?
Okay.
I had some requests for some froggers that I don't have the charms.
The
so
charms,
we need to go
yes,
looking.
we need to go.
We need to go shopping for those.
And
That's what I mean.
And fabric for me for the bags.
Yes.
So
it's not fun shopping.
Well,
it's a little bit fun.
I think it's fun.
It's fun. We enjoy going shopping for supplies too, don't we?
It's not for personal reasons. It's more for work reasons.
Yes, exactly. All right.
Let's get on with the stitching.
We will move on to the stitching side of things. And Ro had a new start. I did not. I've been trying to do other things.
Fair enough.
Which I will get to when it's my turn, but we'll start with the new starts.
So
what did you start?
I started a new start on Australia Day at the Shindig. This was always planned for me to start on Australia Day because of the pattern.
Yeah.
Now, the pattern is called Australian Gnome, and I'm just going to nickname him Aussie Gnome. This is by Favourite Gnome on Etsy. I also used it as part of the Strident sale, and I worked 3 days, 933 stitches, and it's now at 13.11%.
Yeah, and you can see that's the Sydney Opera House coming in there.
It is, and this is the beanie, and the nose will go just in here. So I started in the middle of this pattern because I wanted to be able to place it in the hoop properly. Now this is worked on a 18 count opal Ada called Blue Sky from Paddock Lane Designs. And it's a gorgeous, really light blue, and it's got like
sparkling
mottling. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is.
It has got the opalescent in it, so it's,
yeah. And then the little koala needle minder was very fitting because it's Australian, and that was from Magical Minders.
And it has sparkle too.
It does have sparkle. So it was all matchy-matchy. Which is what I like. Oh, you can see the sparkle, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Definitely. So I'm very happy with that one. That's my first gnome of the year, isn't it?
It might be.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's my first gnome of the year. If my memory serves me correctly.
And it often doesn't. It often fails. But
it does often fail. But anyway, we get that.
Yeah.
So that was my new start.
So that's the only new start between us. We do have some whips to show, though.
We do.
Do you want to show these first?
We can show those first. Let me just get mine ready.
We have both been working on what was released as a temperature stitch along from Spruce Craft Co., but we're both doing it as a stitching chart. I am still a few days behind on mine with the Shindig and everything. And school's gone back now this week.
Yay!
So, it's been a bit of a busy week. So I feel like I've hardly done any stitching.
And I'm only saying yay because I'll get to see her more.
And we can, go shopping and do fun things without the kids saying, can I have this? Can I have that? Can we go home now? I'm bored. I'm hungry.
Yeah, we get in the shop and then 5 minutes later, I want to go home. And I'm like, we just got here.
It's like you just get somewhere and you start shopping, you got your little basket, and you're like, I need to go to the toilet. Really?
Yeah, you couldn't have done that 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you couldn't have done it on the way in or before
you
left the house.
Anyway.
But anyway. All right, so this is where I am at with mine. So that is my January one there. So since we saw you last, I've done 475 stitches on that one because I have finished filling in one of the whites over here as well. And that's brought it to 58.23%. And
of the frame?
Of the frame, and including the bits that are actually coloured and the ones that are not coloured, because I had 2 0 days there, which is what my light grey is. So I just went from one to the other, and I've got to fill in the days in between.
So it's the frame and only the January stitches, is that right? Yeah. Okay. Because mine's the whole pattern, and I'm like, it doesn't look like 58 to me. But anyway, so it's of the whole January bobbin and the frame.
Yep. So I am stitching this on an 18 count Ecru Ada. So the frame is 6,047 stitches just for the frame, not including the months. So it's a 2025 temperature stitch along from Spruce Craft Co. But
which we've adopted to be
stitching.
The stitch.
Yes, and I'm using a different brand of floss. I'm using a brand called Golden Star brand, which I've picked up at de-stash markets and op shops and stuff. So I don't even know where you could buy that.
I don't know
here,
either.
possibly online somewhere, but
unless someone had it in their stash from a few years ago. And
yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but yeah, I've just picked up random colours, so I've just picked my colours out of that.
Beautiful. All right, with mine, I've worked on it 2 days, and I've done 470 stitches, and I'm now at 22.60% of the whole pattern. So I only have 2 days left in January to do, which is today and tomorrow.
I've still got 5 days to go, including the next 2.
So it's looking pretty colourful at the moment.
Shall we compare?
There's a couple of days that like are doubled up, like the 2 yellows in the middle, and then there was dark green, light green, dark green, light green. Then
a couple on how much you stitch.
Couple of days of orange, yeah.
So our colours define the number of stitches we did on each of those days.
Yeah. And again, Kylie's working in the 50 lots, and I'm working in the 100 lots.
Because my stitch numbers are much lower than Rose.
So our colours will be different.
And we've chosen completely different colours for the numbers anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is the stitching. We're calling it the stitching chart.
Yes, we are.
All right. And my next whip that I worked on was my Whip Go Call. And it's the 80s movie night stitch along.
Mm-hmm.
I am still working on the frame of this one. So I have actually come up and joined that a little bit up the top there. So on that one, I only got 296 stitches done, but it was enough to actually close off the top. And it's brought it to 49.93% of the frame. Now, I won't get to 100% of the frame before I start adding the movies in, because I have rearranged how I'm going to lay out the movies, so the border will be needing to be adjusted to fit
and so
those in.
We'll both put the border in as we do the movies to frame
basically. So it's the 80s movie night stitch along from Atomic Tiki Pins, and I'm stitching this on a 16 count navy Ada, and I started it on the 17th of October in 2023.
Wonderful.
And I'm using the called for DMC on that one. So I have one more whip, and it is White Owl from Artisy. And I was doing this when we were on Zoom during the Shindig, and I got 179 stitches done, which has brought it to 0.65% complete, because it is actually a full coverage piece. And I am using a 14 count easy grid ecru kind of colour, Ada from a mystery bag that I got, and I'm using the DMC. Like, I actually bought the pattern and the threads together, so it was kind of a kit but not with fabric. And I bought it at the de-stash market in 2023, and they are all DMC colours, so if I do happen to run out of anything, it's easy to replace it. And I started this on the 5th of January this year, 2025.
Lovely.
So I only do it in little bits and pieces when we're on Zoom or something. It is it's on this frame here beside me. So it's quite a large one, so it's a bit hard to actually, take it out and show it and put it back again.
Yeah.
So I just put up pictures of that one to compare.
Tad bulky.
It's a little bit awkward, yeah. So I'll just put up pictures when I've worked on that one. So before and after photos. And those are my whips.
Lovely. Alrighty, on to me.
Over to you.
All right, I worked on Drinks on the Beach by Lars Stewart, which is my Haid cell. I use this as part of the Strident cell as well. Now, yeah, I've reached that very far side. However, that's not where I was working in the last fortnight. I worked in down here. So I filled in some of this blue and some of the green. And there's like some confetti stitches in there, which you probably won't see. I spent 2 days on this one, and I did 660 stitches, and I'm now at 31.96% of the top 3 and a bit pages that have been released in section 1 of the sale. So I'm not really happy with the amount of progress I got in it in the last fortnight. However, I have been super, super busy doing a lot of other things.
Yeah.
So I do cut myself some slack because I know that I'm not Superwoman and I can't get everything done.
She doesn't have a cape.
No, I need one. Can someone make me a cape?
I have one because I'm Superman.
Anyway, I'll get down a tangent if we go there. Yep. So in February, I'm got full coverage February coming up.
Yes.
So I will be concentrating more on this. I would like to try to get most of it done if I can. Because the next release is not till April.
Okay, so you got some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and when I get going on this and I have some good uninterrupted stitchy days, I can fly through it. Like it's quite quick. So I am loving it, enjoying it. I would next time I work on it, I'd like to try and finish a lot of this page here. Now the straws are just about to come in for the drinks. If I put it over this side, I'll show you the straws and the drinks. And I would like to try and work in these park threads because I'm not a parking fan. I just put them there so I could get the umbrella finished. So I'd like to try and work those in and work on the straws. That's about all I have for that one. Alrighty, next one.
What's the next one? She's got a few whips to go
through. You know me. And if you don't know me because you're new, you soon will.
Yeah.
Alrighty, this next one is called 324, and this is by Works by ABC. If I just sit that there like that, that's beautiful. Alrighty. Now this one I spent one day on. I did a little bit of sneaky and worked out what it would be up to today. So I've got up to today done. Now this is a pattern I got off Etsy. I've spent one day on it, 727 stitches, and it's now at 8.41%. So I'm still in the red, pinky red kind of colours, but I am loving it. So basically what I'm doing is like a snake going up and down. So I'll start heading back up that way.
Okay, I see.
And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I hit the size of the frame, the Q-snap. I'm not sure if I'll put in a bigger frame and keep going that way or whether I might sort of work the rest of the top corner in or who knows.
It's funny seeing people work on this pattern because everyone does it differently.
And that's the thing. You can do it however you like.
Yeah.
You could do all of the little square boxes first if you wanted to and then put the motifs in between them. I mean, any way.
As long as you can count properly.
Yeah. Do it anyway, like. But I am loving how the colours are coming out in like a graduated form.
Yes.
And
I think this will definitely be on my list for next year. And our lovely friend Jeanette has said she'll do it with me next year.
Yeah.
So that's a way future plan.
With this one, when I showed it last time, I had only used one strand of floss for each motif / square. And this last fortnight, there's a couple here that are actually fuller, not full coverage, but fuller designs in the little, section you've got. And a couple of them actually took 1.5 to 2 strands.
Yeah, because you can see some of them have just got like, lines. And then that one, some of them are a bit more full.
Yeah, so that's that one.
But wait, there's more.
There's always
more with her.
This fabric is massive because of the actual way that I'm stitching this. This is the Joyful World sale, which was a freebie sale released back in 2016. And it's by the Snowflower Diaries. And I got January finished.
Yay! Well, that's kind of almost a finish technically, I suppose, if you finish that month.
I finished the month, but the project's not finished.
I know the whole project's not, but it's kind of both, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a finish. It's like a mini finish, like of a section, yeah. So I was really happy that I got February.
No, February's February's next month, dear.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm really happy. It's because we were just talking about February. That's why I've got it on the brain.
Yeah.
I'm really happy I got January finished in the month. And
yeah, you did well.
Yeah, and I've got that border done. So now when I go to do February, it's next to it, so I'll just continue the border along. There's just a tiny bit in here that I need to do, but I also need to do on the other side. So once I move the frame, I'll do that little bit there. So much to tell you. One day I spent on this one 516 stitches, but I can't give you a percentage because with the way it's designed, the frame is designed separately to the months because you don't have to do the frame. And it's all scanned in from a paper pattern for the months, and the frame is a digital version of the frame. So
because this is still available on their website, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, but the thing is, with the frame, they only give you that top corner, the one that's going to be above February, and then the one that's going to be, because I'm doing 3 across 4 down, then the one that's going to be underneath January, which will be April for me.
Okay.
So they only give you that sort of corner of the 3,
and then you just
need to repeat it and rotate it as you go around. So it wouldn't be a true representation of a percentage. Yeah. Okay, my next one is gum blossoms. Now, this was a kit that I bought from Kmart, I'm going to say a couple of years ago. It's now in the reject shop if you are interested in getting this one. It is easy. It just doesn't get a lot of stitches unless I'm at an appointment or something like that. I spent 1 day on it and I got 101 stitches done. So I think I filled in the rest of the pink in the blossoms and the gum nut part that the blossom comes out from.
Okay.
So yeah, I will have that one finished this year. Good. I will.
Very good.
I've got a few more appointments to go to, so I'm just going to keep taking that to appointments with me. So
fair enough.
Yeah, it'll get done in time.
Yep. There's no rush on, It's nice to have a little travel one that you just take with you for things like that.
Yeah, and it's not something that's hard to do either. Like it's fairly easy to do.
You don't want to take something complicated if you're sitting in a waiting room.
And it only has like a handful of colours. So not a lot of stuff that you're taking. Alrighty, my next one is one of my favourites. Sorry, my other whips. I've got a few favourites. Okay, this one is called The Sorceress by Joan Elliott, and I've spent 2 days on this one. Look at this. Oh, I'm so pleased. I've done 701 stitches, and she's now at 3.87%. So you'll see a big change from the last time because there's been a big change. And over here, this is the start of the cat. So they're the front paws and legs of the cat. And then this is the bottom of the crystal ball. I'm loving it. I don't want to put it down. But I have to.
I'll put it down.
I've got to share the love, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and obviously, the purples being my favourite colour, I loved working on them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed working on that one. And I was dying to get back to it. So I was very happy when it came out. That's all of my whips.
All of your whips. Well, I have a couple of finishes. They're only little ones, but I'm still excited to get them finished. So this one we don't have an official name for, and we don't know who the designer is because it came out of a book and we can't remember which book it was.
We've searched, we can't find
where it was, but we just call it Mermaid. Now, the last time you saw this, she had 5 whole stitches in her hair. Now look, she's finished.
Yay! She's a full mermaid now.
She is.
She can go swimming now.
So I did 820 stitches on her because the whole pattern's 825 stitches. And I had the 5. So I did the 820 and finished her off. So the cover photo it showed back stitch in her tail for like, you know, the scales or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they weren't on the pattern. And I'm like, you know what? I think she looks fine without it. I'm happy. So I'm leaving her like that.
Yeah.
And she is on a 14 count hand-dyed Ada that I dyed myself with blues and purples. And I started her on the 2nd of August 2024 when we were on the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
She was one of my cruise starts. And I finished her on the 22nd of January this year, 2025.
Lovely.
So, and I just used my unknown floss stash.
Mm-hmm.
Just found some colours that worked together, similar to what was on the cover photo. And, yeah, just did that and used up some of them, and she's finished. So I don't have to feel embarrassed now saying I have a measly five stitch start. She's finished. So 3 days I worked on her this month to get her finished.
Beautiful.
Because some days I got more stitches than others.
Yeah.
As you do.
Yep.
And my other finish is, it was very close to a finish last time you saw it. It just needed the back stitch. Is the combi.
Yay.
And this one is from Spruce Craft Co. You got it?
Yep.
And I stitched this one on an 18 count pale pink Ada that was from Lincraft. They sell it per metre off the bolt. I started that one on the 10th of January this year and finished it on the 23rd of January this year. And the total stitches is 1,288. And like I said, I only had the back stitch to do since you saw it last. And I, again, just used my unknown threads on that one as well. Just in similar colours to what was on the pattern.
Well done.
So those are my finishes.
Lovely. Alrighty. I don't have a finish. I have an FFO.
I don't. I haven't had a chance to do any FFOs.
Alrighty. So this one, you probably won't guess unless you've seen on social media, but I haven't really been sharing because I wanted to share it with you guys first. So this one, ta-da, is Take Care of the Earth. That's what I'm calling it. It is out of the CrossStitch for the Earth book from Emma Congdon. And this one I started on the 22nd of April 2024 for Earth Day. And I finished it on the 20th of January 2025. I spent 3 days on it this whole year, which finished it off. And it's 2,026 stitches that I did. And now that I've finished this one, it's the second one from that book that I've finished. I've now picked my third design from the book.
Are you going to do them all?
Well, I don't know about all.
Long-term plan?
Yeah, I don't know about the word all.
But most.
But I think most.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's quite a few in there you liked, I know that.
Yeah, so we do have a picture of my third one that I've chosen.
Oh.
And this is one that I've loved from day dot when I got the book. And the book was given to me as a set of 3 for my birthday, along with the other cross-stitch for the soul and cross-stitch for the heart from Emma Congdon. Yeah. This one I'm not going to stitch the Native American proverb part, which is in the center bottom. I'm just going to leave that part blank, and I'm just going to probably fill it in with some waves or something if I can.
Or just your initials in the year.
My initials in the year could go in there, something. Yep. But I'm going to do the rest of it because I do believe that is quite a good proverb saying, because we do need to look after our planet that we're on.
Yes.
So, yes, this is now the second one that I've finished, and I'm super chuffed, super happy with it, with the finish. And I just finished it in the plain wooden hoop because I thought it brought out the brown in the bird and the words of take care.
Yeah.
And then I've just laced it on the back and popped some wadding in, and she's good to go. I'm not going to bother covering the back because it's going to sit up permanently, like on a shelf, or somewhere behind us or something like that. So yeah. I don't think it actually needs the felt on the back. But yeah.
Very good.
I'm very happy.
Yay. So that was our one FFO?
That was.
Okay. So we will move into plans.
Yes, we have some plans.
We do have some plans. Obviously, Whip Go numbers were called since we filmed last, and the numbers were 7 and 8.
Yes.
Now, for me, number 7 was it was a theme rather than a specific project this time, and it was Christmas.
Oh.
So I can either continue working on the Christmas at the Beach one that I did start in December last year and didn't finish because it's small but it is a lot of stitches. Yeah. It's almost full coverage.
Yeah.
Or I could start one and probably finish one of my smaller ones. So I'll have to decide there. I have definitely got options for Christmas. And number 8 was Hedwig.
Yay.
So
Hedwig back.
Hedwig will come with me probably to our stitching meetups so I can get some good chunks into
some focus time on her.
Yes. So that is my Whip Go plans. What did you get for Whip Go?
Okay, for me, number 7 is seasonal. So mine was more themes as well, like yours. So mine was seasonal. And I haven't yet stitched on Summer Memories in January. So I do want to stitch on her in the next couple of days. And I'll probably continue that over into the first couple of days of February. Then it's done and out the way.
Yep.
Because I did have full coverage February coming up and then also Valentine's stitching coming up.
Yes.
Now, my number 8 is a finish. So this is where my Valentine's Day stitching comes in. I want to finish off one of the ones I already have on the go.
That's always a good idea.
Yeah, which is called February 14 and it's by Primrose Cottage. I have part of the border done already. So it's not a huge one. It's just a small one. I'd like to finish that and possibly turn that into like maybe a little pillow or somewhere where we could, display it up here. And I have seen and collected a lot of other little Valentine's Day designs. So I don't know whether I could possibly get 2 small finishes in. But as long as I get one, that's my Whip Go marked off.
Yeah. So obviously our other plans are Valentine's stitching. And I was, inspired or guilted or enabled or something by Adelaide from Adelaide Stitches. She's doing 14 days.
She's good at that.
Yeah.
Enabling.
But she does, for some special occasions, like she did for Halloween and she did for Christmas, specific projects that she worked on each day of that. And she was doing daily videos. And we can't do daily videos. It's just too hard.
We don't live that far away, but the logistics of filming every day and putting it out is too hard for us.
When I've got the kids to deal with and all the things. So I don't actually know how many I ended up with, but I did mention before that I wanted to do Valentine's Day 2021 from Stitch Wit.
Yes.
So I've now got my fabric and my threads ready for that one. So that'll be the first one I start. And then I had a handful of other ones, which may or may not get started. They're mostly small. There is another one I really, really, really want to do, and it is called Love Letters. I wrought iron stitching, and it was in the Just CrossStitch magazine, Winter 2024.
I remember this one.
I have picked out a fabric for that. It is a 25 count even weave, and I'm going to stitch it over 2. That one I was hoping to be able to do a row a day, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that.
Okay.
I don't know how many stitches is in each row, so it depends how it fits in with everything else.
To be determined.
And of course, Kate Stitcher came out with a Valentine's Day mason jar pattern, so I have to do that because I'm basically doing all of those.
Yes, and we've actually spoken to Kate.
So that was so she's Kate Stitcher CrossStitch Designs on Facebook, and that's where that pattern was. And I'm going to have to change all the colours because to match my other ones, it has to be 11 count, and I have red.
Right, red.
So I'm going to have to change all the colours on that one.
Yep. Okay, one that I have picked up is called Love Basket, and it's by Pink and Pumpkin Quilting. Now it's very cute because there's a couple of little birdies there, and it's like a heart flowers kind of situation. And I just thought, oh, it's sweet, it's cute. So I've got that one. I've got a whole bunch of other little Valentine's Day freebies, which I will refer to when we do the Flosstube section because that's where I got them from.
Yeah.
And I have a few of the Primrose Cottage collection now. So I'm excited about stitching some of them if I can get to it.
Yes, all of mine depend whether they fit in around everything else that I want to do
I'm
as well.
I'm thinking February's going to be a pretty full month for me, so I don't know how
Considering
much
it's a shorter one too, it's going to be tricky. But
I don't know how much Valentine's I'll get to, but I definitely will touch some of them. Yeah.
Also got to I want to keep up with my stitching chart and, of course, the Whip Go project. So,
well, I mean, I also have, I have Drinks on the Beach. I have 324. I have the Stitch Count.
We'll be here all day if you list all of yours.
And I have the Joyful World sale for February to do.
Yes.
So, those four, I mean, Drinks on the Beach is probably going to be my main focus.
Yeah.
So if the others slip aside, I can always catch them up in March. It's not a problem. But yeah, the full coverage February and the Valentine's is wish me luck.
There's just
I've got to clone myself. I keep saying it.
There's just we need to just live forever.
Plus, plus I've got orders to make, for the bags and things like that.
And I have some progress to make. So and life gets in the way in between. So we'll move into haul.
Yes.
So for haul, the first things I'm going to show I got from a cheapy variety shop not far away called Choice, the discount store. And I found these and I thought these were really cute. Hopefully it's not too glary. They're little they're adhesive coffee mugs. And I have a few coffee projects I want to do, and I thought they might work well for finishing. Probably won't use the adhesive that's on them unless I'm like sticking it on a frame or something. But I thought they were quite cute. So I've got those. And these are little mini glass jars. There's 3 different shapes. And I got these specifically for a pattern I bought a while ago, which is called Don't Make Me Poison Your Food. So my plan is to put something in those in like different colours to use for finishing that particular project once I've done it. I've got to start it first, but I'm already planning the finish.
Yeah.
So I saw those and I thought, oh, they were just perfect, nice, small size. I can put something in them to make it look like it's poison. Is that kind of morbid or something? I don't know.
Dear.
But I just thought they'd be very cute for a finish for that particular pattern.
Instead of real poison, yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't really poison anyone. I'll just say it, but I wouldn't do it.
Or coloured water. You could put coloured water
I've got some like food colouring that I might, just colour.
Yeah.
Just so it looks like, I might put it in the food if you annoy me. And
then we had a chat about Kylie, stitch this one for me for Christmas, and we had a chat about finding fabric.
We did ask last time if anyone knew of any, but we didn't.
And then that afternoon,
responses about that, but we found it ourselves.
So monkeys. So these are Paul Frank monkeys.
Yeah,
and this is from findafabric.com.au.
Yeah, and it was actually available here in Australia.
Yeah, they're an Australian.
So we ordered it that day.
Shop.
It came in within a week, I think.
Yeah,
it was very quick.
They're an Australian shop to order from. So, and so they have a wide range of different fabrics as well. So if you want something specific, you can find
search on there.
Maybe find it on there.
Yeah. So we got lucky.
I can make the bag now.
She's going to have to make herself a bag when she finishes making all her other bags that have been
That's it. All the orders come first.
And we've been to Big W.
Yes.
Which is a larger variety store here in Australia. And we found on clearance this little paw print ribbon.
Yeah.
And
5 meters in there.
Yeah.
I got one too.
And it was on clearance. So, we both got the same. And I have some dog patterns that I want to do eventually, and
yeah, me too. I have a ton of them I want to do.
That will come in handy for finishing of those. We've also been to Spotlight, and I got a stand to put my pins in for taking to retreats and things.
Yep.
So that's really good to have. And also while we were there, I found this roll of silver ball chain, and it was on clearance for like $2.
Which
all
is
of that. And
the same sort of stuff as I used on my Winter Woodlands.
Yes. And I saw somebody's, I think it was a Valentine's pattern, and they actually like used it around the heart on the pattern.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot to show you that one. But yeah, so that is 9 meters of it. So I thought that could be good for finishing too. So yeah, I
and it's got
that.
the little connectors in
it
there.
Has
if
got
you
the
want to make it
connectors
like
if
a
I want to make
or something.
like, yeah, key rings or bag tags or anything like that. I can do whatever. So that's great. That was great for $2.
I got on clearance for $1 some chenille candy canes, and they've got the little silver hangers on the back. I'm just going to take them off, because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this for finishing some of my Christmas projects.
Yeah, cool. And we went to Kmart, and I found this pack of tassels, and that was quite cheap for those. And I thought, they'll come in handy for, the scissor fobs or, any other finishing I want to do. So there's a variety of colours in there. Now, I mentioned before I had a plan for finishing some of the little Valentine's Day projects. These are magnetic canvas hearts.
We both got some of these.
So I intend to finish some of those projects on that, because they'll be the right size. And then, they could stick to the board, or I can use them as fridge magnets or whatever I want to. And then the big thing that I got from Kmart.
Hang on a second. We need to move back for this one. We both got this as well.
We both got one of these because these were also on clearance. Now, I don't know if you saw comments on our last video when I showed that I'd finished Champagne Cheers, but Maggie from Homemade on the Ridge gave us a great idea. And
we went searching.
No, I didn't. I didn't even actually. I was thinking, I should go. I think I looked at a couple of places.
That's right. You found it, and then she told me, and then we went back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I needed to check the size. Maggie knows because I sent her a picture. But I got this disco mirror from Kmart on clearance for $5. So that's why I road grabbed one too.
I did, yeah. I was like, I can't pass up this opportunity.
So the plan is to finish my Champagne Cheers. I won't take it out of the box because obviously the mirror will be reflective. But so I'll put the Champagne Cheers project in where the mirror is. And
so if you want one, head down to your local Kmart quickly, because they're on clearance and they probably won't be around for long.
They are at the one near me. Whether they are at all of them, I don't know. So, but if you are interested in one of those, hit up Kmart and see if you can find one. They're in the sort of home section with all the other mirrors and things like that. So that was my Kmart bargains. And Rory got some Kmart bargains too.
And we were in the crafty section, and they obviously have Valentine's Day things out in their crafty section at the moment. So I picked up some Valentine's Day ribbons.
They're very cute.
There's plain red, one that says love, hearts. The white one is actually heart-shaped ribbon. And then there's little hearts on the bottom one. And then I got some Valentine's Day puffy stickers. So these are beautiful red, shiny, kind of glittery, puffy stickers. So these will all be finishing sort of ideas for down the track. Then I got 2 of these, a Valentine's Day DIY garland. So this is what they will look like.
So you just put it together yourself. Yeah.
So there's pink and red in there, and then you've got the string as well. And then I got 2 of these as well, Valentine's Day DIY photo frame. So if I can get a small finish into there, that would be good. So that's what it looks like on the back.
Okay. Do that. So that's what it comes like. And then you decorate it how you like. And they've got obviously the suggestion on the front there.
And then I've got some Valentine's Day paper pads.
Which would help with this, possibly.
So there's different types of paper in there, and I will be using them for finishing.
Mm-hmm. You could even use them on your little DIY frame.
Could do.
If you wanted
and
to.
Then there's another frame.
Or you can get hubby to paint it because he's good at that.
Yeah. There's another frame here, and I thought that this was just so sweet. And when I saw it, I instantly thought finishing.
Mm.
So this is a wooden heart frame. So it's got the plastic on it at the moment.
Mm.
And what I thought is I could put a little finish here, and then maybe put a photo in here, or I could put a little finish in here and then decorate this spot. So there's options.
Definitely.
And I got 2 of those as well. Because, they were all fairly inexpensive. Yeah. So why not?
Yeah, Kmart's good like that.
That's all my physical haul.
And you've got some digital haul.
I've got some digital haul.
I have gotten some freebie patterns, but I won't go through all of them because I've got quite a few in the last couple of weeks.
Didn't we both?
Yes, a lot of new Valentine's Day ones coming out and so on. So
yeah. Okay, so the first section I got was the L and the O from Jareen Jones' Facebook page, and it's the Love Sal. Now, this comes out every Friday for 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm. I have been getting these as well.
So there's the L and the O are out. So tomorrow, from the day of filming, tomorrow will be the V, and then next week will be the E. And then I got the part 5 of the Secret Grove stitch along that came out. So it's just a small part with a little watch.
Yes, because
fob watch, is it?
Yeah,
fob watch.
Fob watch, yeah, I think so. Because she did say she did a smaller part to let people catch up if they were a little bit behind.
And then part 6, we get another little animal. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Some sort of critter.
Yep. And then when we were at the Shindig, I purchased off the Paddock Lane Designs website. She had some of these little, I think they're full coverage pieces.
They are, yeah.
And I purchased 2 of the 3. So I got the little unicorn and I got the little ducky. Because I just thought they were so cute. And
the bee's cute too. But
I couldn't decide between the unicorn and the duck. And then, I don't know, the bee just wasn't my style.
You're not really a bee person.
No. I mean, I do like some bee things.
I like cutesy bee things, which that is.
Yeah, that's cutesy bee.
Yeah, not so much the real looking ones.
Not the ones that sting you.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now, the next part I got was from Frog Cottage Designs. And I got 3 patterns from them. The first one was Gingerbread Lane, and I thought this was just so cute. And it looks fairly small and easy too. It doesn't look that many stitches.
No. And a lot of it's, blocks of colour that would, you'd stitch that up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second one is called Koala Kringles, and I just thought
that's so cute.
He's adorable.
That would be another quick one too, I think. It's fairly solid, but because again you've got the blocks of colour all over the place. It's amazing how quickly those things come up.
Yeah. And then the last one is called Carrot Patch, and I fell in love with the little faces on the carrots.
So cute.
I thought, oh my gosh, they are adorable. So that was that. And then I got the newly released, everyone's going wild, the Bella Filipina, the Enchanted Rose. Now, this is Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and this is the latest release of the Bella Filipina princess designs, I guess you could call them, that he's come out with. This is number 5 in the series.
Okay.
So definitely this one will be stitched because we all know
add to the list.
I love Belle from Beauty and the Beast. It was one of my favourite Disney movies, princess movies growing up. So definitely going to stitch her. And then the other thing I've been doing, I've got some stats that may shock you.
I'm not worried.
It's okay. It's okay. Now, previously I've spoken about I bought the Mystical Forest pattern from CrossStitch Studio. All right, now I'm planning now, because it is such a big pattern, right, for next year. So I'm planning for next year. So none of this is going to start until next year.
800 by 800 stitches, in case you...
Yes. I've got all the stats for you. So yeah, it won't be started this year. It'll be started next year. But
I'm going to get some finishes done this year first.
But because it's such a big pattern, I need to plan in advance, right? So I need to get all the bits and pieces, the floss, the fabric, all the things, right? So it's 800 by 800, so that makes it 640,000 stitches. Okay, it's got 130 colours. And I worked it out that it's actually 602.5 skeins of colours.
Wow.
Does that shock you? You're a bit stunned, aren't you?
my brain can't even process it, because I would never do anything that big, I don't think.
Alrighty.
None of mine are that anywhere near that big.
When I was on Shindig, I was speaking to a couple of the ladies there, and we got carried away. We were working out all the things. Okay, so it works out to almost 5 kilometres of floss. So it's 4,000.
Laid them out in
yes, yes, 4,820 metres of floss.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Why would you do that anyway? Why would you lay them out like that?
No, just for giggles.
You're just having fun with it.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, what weird numbers can I shock Kylie with?
Yeah, exactly, right? Am I shocking you yet?
No, because I just tune it out to the numbers.
Oh. Tune in, because it's quite funny. Okay, now they're actually suggesting that you stitch it on a 14 count.
Oh, you got to be huge.
Right? So 14 count works out to be about the size of a queen bed width.
So you're going to make
it
square. Is that the plan?
I'm laughing because that's exactly what I'd said to the ladies on Shindig. I was like, oh, well, I could always make it a quilt. But they do give you other counts here, and they do give you the recommended of what you should stitch on each count to get the best full coverage. So it was 62 inches square or 150 centimetres square for 14 count. I was like, no, it's way too big. So the 25 count.
I'm not much taller than that.
Yeah, there you go. Me too. Actually, I'm not
almost as tall.
I'm not that much taller. So probably cover me. By the time I got fabric on it and then quilted, no.
I just wanted to see that 157. Yeah, no, that would cover my head.
Square. Yeah. Alrighty.
Hanging it like from the floor, it would cover me completely.
25 count. This is all with the 2-inch border around it. Okay, so you've got to have some allowance. 25 count is 36 inches square or 93 centimetres square. So a little bit smaller, but not by much. I don't know how big.
I don't know.
And then I thought, well, maybe I should go 28 count, because they've actually suggested for the 28 count you could go 1/1 full cross or 2/1 tent stitch. And I think that is sounding possibly on board for me. Okay. So 28 count with 2 inches around comes to 33 inches square, which is 84 centimetres square.
It's still pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's big.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm thinking
maybe that's a single bed one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
So if I do 1,000 stitches per week, right, that's 600.
That's a day for you. It's a week for me.
I stitch other things.
I wouldn't be able to probably stitch other things doing 1,000 stitches a week.
That's equal to 640 weeks, right? Which equals 12.3 to 12.4 years. of stitching this pattern.
So I wouldn't get it done before I died.
It's a lifelong project.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Or
Or
it works out to be 4,333.33 stitches per month, or 142.46 stitches a day.
Yeah, if I was doing that,
Every
I wouldn't be
day.
stitching everything. I wouldn't be stitching anything else if I was doing that.
Yeah.
Oy.
So I thought
Ever again for the
if
rest
I
of my
worked
life.
it out, yeah. You mean I'll give him a stitcher then?
I'd have to be.
I worked on 1,000 a week because, you know, I can.
It's a nice average.
Yeah, I can get 1,000 a week.
You can get 1,000 a day.
Unless I'm sick.
Yes, true.
Or in
But
hospital.
that's the same for
or,
anyone.
You know,
like,
yeah, that sort of thing, you know. So everybody sort of, you know.
Or life gets in the way.
Yeah, but usually I can get well more than 1,000 a week. So I planned it, if I do 1,000 a week, then I can, do
it's
that.
It's not a bad average for you. Yeah.
And the most used colour is ebony.
Close
number 3371. It's got 69,211 stitches, and it takes 66.3 skeins. So what I will end up doing
get yourself a cone
is getting a couple of cones of that. There's a couple of others here, 28 and a half, 28 and a half. I'll get a cone of each of those because, you know, like I want it to be the same dye lot. I don't want differences in dye lots, especially when there's that much of it.
And it works out cheaper sometimes to buy the cone unless you get a really good sale or something. Yes.
Yeah.
It will make it a lot easier to just get the cones for the bigger numbers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, we were blown away with those stats and figures, and I just thought I'd...
So you're insane.
You're only just realising this now?
No, I'm just letting everyone else know this if they didn't already. Goodness, my head's spinning.
So, yeah, I'll get a couple of cones of the ones that have the larger numbers. And then the ones that and also this is based on a 14 count as well. So the 66.3 skeins is for a 14 count. If I'm doing a 28 count, I'm doing half.
Yeah.
Basically. So it should theoretically bring it down to 33. Yeah. So that's a plan for future row, and whatever ones that are in here that have like 1.9 skeins or maybe 2.5 skeins or whatever, I'll see if I've got those at home, and I will start putting them aside now into a project bag labelled Mystical Forest.
Yeah.
And then I will use what I've got in my stash for the floss first, and then I will go out and purchase, you know,
whatever you don't.
But obviously, the higher ones I'm going to need to buy a cone because I don't have that many skeins at home. Yeah.
Oh wow!
So there's a bit of fun and games.
You're a crazy lady.
But yeah, that's all of my haul.
All right, so you've been watching some Flosstubes.
I have.
I've been watching all the regular ones that we've mentioned before. Obviously, with it being school holidays, I've found it a bit harder to watch what I want to watch because I'm going to watch what the kids want to watch. And I can't tell you how many times I've watched Minions.
She's all minioned out.
I am a little. I do love the Minions, but yes, it's like...
When you're watching it on repeat that many times, it becomes a bit...
We're not even watching the whole movie because we don't have time to sit and watch a whole movie a lot of the time. But then when we sit down to watch it again, we're not picking up from where we left off. No, we're starting again. So I've seen the start.
Like 500 times.
Countless times.
You could probably, say the script, you know.
Oh, no, because I try and tune out and I stitch. And sometimes I put my AirPods in and listen to an audiobook or something instead. So, I haven't been watching a lot of Flosstubes, so...
I actually haven't been watching a lot.
No.
I've been extremely busy in the craft room, sewing up a storm. So the ones that I have watched have been our regulars.
Yeah.
And I do have two new ones. Well, one new one and one fairly new one. The fairly new one is someone we've mentioned once before, and her name is Lizzie on Flosstube. And she's a young American lass. And she brought out one episode that said 20 free Valentine's Day patterns.
That's right. I watched that one too.
Yeah, I sent it across to check out.
That's where some of my free patterns came from too.
Yes, so
if
you want some free Valentine's Day patterns, they're only free while the designer keeps them up as free. Yes. So they're free at the time that she filmed it, and they possibly are still some of them free now. But if you want to get on and find some, download them while you can, because you never know, in a month's time they may no longer be free.
Yeah. They might decide to just take them down completely, like, especially once we pass Valentine's Day, if they're Valentine's Day patterns, they might go, oh, well, Valentine's Day's over now, so we'll take them down. And
they might start charging.
Put up,
some designers
either sell them or just take them down completely.
Yeah, and some designers do put them up free for a certain time, and then they are paid for after that time's lapsed.
Yeah.
Now, the new one that I found, and I found this lady just before we were participated in the Shindig. And when we were participating in the Shindig, her stitching name was mentioned. And I was like, that sounds familiar for some reason. And I went back through my Flosstube list, and sure enough, it was her.
Yeah, okay.
So her Flosstube name is Stitching Noni, Noni. We will have them linked below. She's a fellow Aussie. As I said, we met her at the Shindig, and I watched her whip parade. And you know what we're like watching whip parades. We're oohing and ahhing and getting enabled and all the things. So if, that's a good one to watch if you want to watch another whip parade.
If you want to be enabled. I'll stay away from it. I'll probably watch it eventually.
I mean, what enables one person may not enable another person.
We all have different tastes.
Yeah, definitely. And that's it. That's all I've been watching, because I can't have Flosstube on while I'm sewing, because I'm concentrating. The machine's making the noise. I'm
you
doing
don't want
things.
To sew your finger.
Well, preferably not. Yeah.
That's not fun.
And
you'll get blood all over
where I have my TV is on a stand that is more than a metre away, so it would be very hard to hear it over the noise of the sewing machine.
That too.
Yeah. And I can't watch it because I'm busy watching what I'm sewing.
Yeah.
So it takes away from Flosstube watching.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's okay.
We'll catch up
what it is. Yeah.
We will catch up. Yeah. Okay. Now, we forgot to mention last time, we now have a Buy Me a Coffee link. It is in the description below. Now, we decided to do this because we want to start being able to do competitions and sending you guys things. And postage in Australia, at least, has just gone up again. Yes. So anything we get through that Buy Me a Coffee link will be to help cover postage of future competitions.
Yes, that's right.
Possibly some finishing supplies, but I mean, we tend to just get them.
I think,
them anyway.
I think,
but mostly it'll be for posting. Competition
and especially if we have someone who wins from overseas, you know what I mean? It's going to make it easier for us to send something overseas.
Yeah.
If we have a little bit of
that way we can include everybody. Whereas we did do one competition, we had to limit it to Australia.
Yeah. And we were feeling we don't want to leave people out. No. You know what I mean? So we do want to include everybody. So
yeah. So if we do get anything coming in through that Buy Me a Coffee link, then we'll be able to do a competition, and that will cover the postage. So
sounds good.
If you would like to help with that, yes, the link is down below.
Yep.
And
it's not compulsory.
It's just, not. It is totally optional.
Yep.
We're not expecting to make millions of dollars out of doing this. We do it for the fun and the love of it. So
I think we'll be dead before that.
Yeah, probably. At this point, I need to live forever to do all the projects I want to do.
We need to be immortal. Yep. Finish all the stitching we've got and all the things.
Yes, all the projects the patterns we've anyway, and all our stash. Yes.
She looks at me. You've got stash too, my love.
I don't have as much as you though.
No, well, maybe not, but yeah. Okay. I'll let that one slide.
Well, I don't get as much stitching time. Yeah,
I need a coffee.
Yeah. We've reached that time, Jane. All right.
Starting to get a bit loopy.
If you have gotten this far, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you being here. And if you haven't already, please remember to like the video, subscribe to our channel, share our channel with your friends, because we do still want to keep that subscribers number rising. So we're over 400. So now we're aiming for 450?
Yes.
At least.
By February, by the end
sometime
of
in February
Yeah.
would be good.
What about by Valentine's Day? Because that's like a major part of February.
Maybe. It's the middle of it too.
Yeah.
So we'll see how we go with that, because every time I put a number out there, we get to it. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to
Yeah.
keep doing it.
Okay.
Because it works. So $4.50 by Valentine's Day.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see. Leave us a comment about anything you like today. If you're working on any of the same projects, tell us. We love to hear from you. And until next time, stay crafty.